Hello, let's discuss about the F&B business cycle. What is the business cycle for a normal food and beverage restaurant or hotel? So we can divide the business cycle into three segments. One is before the guest is arriving, then after the guest, while the guest is at the restaurant, and the second is the lastly is after the guest visit. So before the guest is arriving at the hotel, we need to do the restaurant concept. We need to design the menu. We need to do their costing. We need to do the advertising and marketing for the restaurant, and then we need to do also the bookings, and we take the bookings and the reservation. So we use table management system to consider to record the bookings, and then we do different type of advertising and marketing. We can do Facebook, we can do the we can do the print media, we can do the corporate visits, we can do with the travel agents. So there are a lot of marketing that needs to be done. We may need to launch together a guest loyalty program to let them earn the points and feel the loyalty while they are coming back at the restaurant. And then the menu design also need to be kept in mind, the concept and the audience that we are going to target. So if our nowadays the latest trend in menu design is on the menus with the pictures, a lot of colorful pictures, and then a loss very less on the text and other kind of fancy designings in the menu, and also they are mostly very simple. The one thing which you must be keeping in mind while you are designing the menu, that it should be very easy to change in during the seasonal, because if you have to change the dish, normally you may have to reprint the entire menu. So you shouldn't be designing the menu in a way that you have to reprint it all the time for any small change. So it should be modular, should be able to change slightly, should be able to update very easily, and it should also be in a quality that it doesn't get dirty or it doesn't get damaged while, because most of the time it's in the hands of the guest. Now while the guest is at the restaurant, you have depending on the brand standards of the restaurant, you may have some welcome rituals. You may have some starting appetizers to give it to the guest after the guest have ordered something. There's a guest ordering system. You may be using a tablet, you may be using a KOT, you may be using a printer, printed paper to record the customer, and then how you are communicating that to the kitchen. So you may be using a POS system, or you may be going in and shouting in the kitchen. So it all depends on the capital investment. However, the more efficient nowadays is better, because you can be using the POS where you can just key, or an iPad where you can take the order on the iPad, and then the order is communicated to the kitchen directly. So there is no need of manual intervention between the service side and the kitchen. So kitchen knows what to prepare and where to serve it. Then you have preparation of the food, which is done by the kitchen, and you have serving of the food. The serving of the food also is need to be taken care while keeping in mind the structure of the restaurant. It should be timely, and then after serving the food, you have a chance to upsell the beverage and desserts. After normally you should be doing at the time of taking the order. However, you may go in middle when the meal is about to finish. You can always ask for beverages and desserts, so that if the guest was not decided at the time of ordering, there is another second chance for you to take that into the consideration. And then you have finally clearing and bill settlement during the guest is at the restaurant. After the guest, you may have a loyalty program. You may need the guest to give their feedback and reviews on your page, on your Facebook page, on any kind of media that the restaurant is using. Then you have normally billing for banquets or corporate accounts, where they may just come for a small meeting, they do the meeting, and then they go without settlement, because you may have a credit. So you are required to send the bills to them, and then collect the payments later on. So this is all about the business cycle, a typical business cycle of a food and beverage restaurant.